What's up everyone, Nick here from TV Boxtop and welcome back to my channel. Today's video features a powerful low-cost Windows NUC mini PC from the brand Retan, and it's designed to deliver high performance in a small form factor for both work and entertainment. This is the Retan TR5 5600U Ryzen 5 Windows 11 mini PC. In this review, we take a look at the possibilities you get with its hardware, and I'll experiment with it a bit with some Windows gaming, retro gaming, and alternative operating systems. So my review starts right after this brief intro. So welcome back and thanks for keeping it locked during that quick unboxing. In your purchase, you get the TR5 mini PC itself. You get one 39.5 inches HDMI cable, another 8.5 inches shorter HDMI cable, a 19 volts 3.4 amps DC power supply, a mounting bracket and screws for mounting to the back of your monitor, and a quick start guide. For its design, it consists of a glossy surface with the Retan logo printed on the top. For I/O ports, it comes with two HDMI display outputs, two USB 2.0 ports, a gigabit Ethernet LAN port, its DC power socket, and its exhaust vent to its rear. To the front, it comes with two USB 3.0 ports, a USB Type-C port, a headphone jack, and an LED power button. To the side has a micro SD card reader and a Kensington lock. And to its base has 4 anti-skid rubber feet, screw mounts for the included bracket, and the vent for its internal cooling fan. Under each foot you will find a screw that you remove to gain access to its internal components, such as its 1TB M.2 SSD, 32GB of DDR4 RAM, and the SATA cable for expandable storage. So here I've already installed a 1TB SSD and I'll reassemble and continue with the video. So it comes with Windows 11, and upon startup for the first time, you will have to complete the Windows First Startup Wizard, where you connect to your home Wi-Fi network or LAN connection if you so choose, and log in to your Microsoft account. So this is its Windows 11 desktop, and let's have a look at its basic system information. So it says here, its processor is the AMD Ryzen 5 5600U with Radeon graphics, and it has a base clock speed of 2.3 GHz. So its base clock speed here signals that it's a high performance NUC mini PC, and later on in the video you will see that it has a boost clock speed of 4.3 GHz. It has 32GB of DDR4 RAM and it's a 64-bit operating system. Its Windows version is Windows 11 Pro 21H2. And if I scroll down under product key and activation, it shows here that its Windows is activated. So it says here that its Windows operating system is Windows 11 Pro and it's a 64-bit based PC. Its CPU is the hexa-core AMD Ryzen 5 5600U with a boost clock speed of 4.237 GHz. However, its base clock speed is 2.30 GHz, so this places it in the high performance category. So it comes with 32GB of DDR4 RAM via two 16GB 3200 RAM modules, each clocked at 1.527 GHz. Its GPU is the AMD Radeon Cesian M448SP Mobile with 448 cores, 512MB DDR4 memory with a default clock speed of 1.8 GHz. Its audio adapter is the AMD K19.5 high definition audio controller. Its system disk is a Kingston 1TB NVMe M.2 SSD. And here you can also see the Western Digital 1TB SATA 3 SSD installed into the expandable storage facility. It comes with a dual-band Wi-Fi 6AX RZ6086E network adapter that also provides Bluetooth 5.2 via a secondary 2230 M.2 slot. And that about sums up its system and hardware information. So with this hardware and Windows 11 you get features such as 4K 2160p at 60Hz with HDR, You get screen orientation to portrait mode, reverse portrait, and reverse landscape. You get a 3-way monitor display via its 2 HDMI ports and its USB Type-C DisplayPort. You get Wi-Fi 6 connectivity. Here in my Wi-Fi settings show that it's connected to my Wi-Fi 6 router using the 802.11ax protocol, and the security type is WPA3 Personal, which delivers a higher level of Wi-Fi security than WPA2. It can play 4K HDR AV1 videos.
And only a win for Barca would be enough, because it would give
When connected to an AV receiver, you get Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital Plus, DTS HD Master Audio, Dolby Surround, Dolby True HD, and DTS-X. Here it outputs Dolby Atmos.
Cinematic audio.
Next, Dolby Digital Plus.
Whether the soundscape sets the mood of the scene.
Here it produces DTS HD Master Audio. Next, you have Dolby Surround. It outputs Dolby True HD without issues.
Next, we have the center channel.
And you also get a DTS-X. You can install Microsoft Office applications and they all work smoothly without issues. You can edit 4K video clips using video editors such as Camtasia. And it plays 3D Windows games with a decent performance. Here I'm playing Destiny 2 on the Steam platform with graphics quality set on high. It's not the best display of graphics, but the game is very playable at 4K resolution on my TV. And now look at some benchmarks, starting with its RAM copy speed and its internal storage read and write speeds. It has a RAM copy speed of 15,000 megabytes per second. Its internal storage has a read speed of 2,965 megabytes per second and a write speed of 2,442 megabytes per second. Next, the test performed on its Wi-Fi 6 bands and its Gigabit Ethernet LAN port. So using the Dynalink Wi-Fi 6 3600AX router based on my internet speed of 154 megabits per second, both its 2.4 and 5 GHz band along with its LAN port achieved maximum speed of my network. And for those who are wondering, I ensured that the 2.4 and 5 GHz band were separated and are not using smart band selection. Next, the Geekbench 5 CPU benchmark shows that it has a base clock speed of 2.30 GHz and a boost clock speed of 4.24 GHz, and it scored 1,359 single-core and 5,914 multi-core. In benchmarking its GPU's graphics performance, in the 3DMark TimeSpy test it scored 1,089. In the PC version of the comprehensive Antutu benchmark, it scored 661,297. And in the PC Mark 10 comprehensive benchmark, it scored 5,326. You can also see its video conferencing score, web browsing score, and its video editing score. All of these will be included on my rankings chart. So here is my mini PC rankings chart, and the Raytheon TR5 is at position number 1 for performance based on its PC Mark 10 benchmark score. So this mini PC CPU outperforms all other models on this list. However, it could not beat the performance of the GPU in the Intel Iris models. So to view this chart, see the link in the description below this video. And now I move on to alternative operating systems. So with my 1TB SSD installed in its SATA expandable storage compartment, I prefer to install alternative operating systems on a separate drive from the main system disk to avoid interfering with or corrupting its Windows operating system by having to create additional partitions. So first I installed the latest version of Bliss OS Android 11 x86 version 14.10. I found that this version is more compatible with its GPU than the latest version 15 running Android 12, which had lots of throttling. So for those who are unfamiliar with what is Android x86 and why there's an interest and community around its development, you see Windows hardware, depending on the device, can be up to 10 times as powerful as ARM hardware, which is the hardware used in some mobile phones and in all Android boxes. But what makes it special when you install it on a Nook Mini PC such as this one is that it's portable and it has I/O ports the same as Android boxes, allowing you to create a super powerful Android streaming and gaming device. You benefit of having its boost clock speed as your base clock speed. Here it shows you have a 4.2 GHz and 32 and 64-bit ABIs, giving you access to 32 and 64-bit apps and games. You have access to much larger and faster RAM and internal storage. Here it shows you have 30 GB of DDR4 RAM and you have 1 TB of internal storage, and this is the remainder of the SSD I installed. You get 4K resolution on the AMD Radeon graphics with OpenGL version 3.2. In this version, you get Android 11 and root access via the kernel SU custom root application. You get GPU Vulkan support API version 1.1. One of the great benefits on this mini PC is that it has a built-in cooling fan, so its idle operating temperature is 38 degrees Celsius, and it barely increases during Android gaming. And it comes with the decoders for the playback of 4K AV1 videos. With that said, you don't get HDR or any surround sound audio decoders. With this Android operating system, you can stream movies and TV shows using your favorite streaming services. However, apps such as Netflix, Disney Plus, and Prime Video are limited to basic 480p resolution. You can install the Kodi Media Player. The most nagging issue on Android x86 has been resolved in this version. You now have audio over HDMI. All versions of YouTube seem to produce audio only with no video, no matter the resolution. You get decent high-quality 32-bit gaming performance with no overheating. In fact, once you begin to play a game, the internal cooling fan kicks in and the temperature remains around 36 degrees Celsius, which is lower than any Android box. However, I attempted to play several 64-bit games and they all failed to play. And here is a look at its Antutu benchmark, and there is no Android box that can give you this kind of performance or register this kind of score. So this is just one of the options you get when you purchase this mini PC. For more information on how to install Android x86 on Nook mini PCs, see my tutorial in the description below this video. My second go-to operating system to convert it into a super powerful TV box is FightOS. The AMD version 16 was installed successfully, and most of its systems are working with the exception of its audio. Audio is not outputting via HDMI. So with that, I turned to another similar operating system in the form of the Chrome OS Branch framework, the Xork Chrome OS server build that contains the Google Play Store and full Google Play services works for this AMD Ryzen 5 chipset. It's very similar to FidoOS, just that it does not have a personal app store and it does not require you to install OpenGApps. The audio works perfectly in this OS, but unfortunately, those who are interested in using ARUB 10 to get root access would be disappointed because the process does not work in the terminal due to no sudo su command. I'm quite certain someone is going to figure it out and we'll be able to have root access. And if or when they do, this would be my new alternative operating system to convert mini PCs into super powerful Android TV boxes. What's happening, everyone? Nick here from TV Box Top with another new and exciting TV Box review. So those were just a sneak peek of the possibilities you have with this mini PCs. I did not want to spend much time on them as those are entirely separate videos and they are always work in development. So if you would like to learn about Android x86, FidoOS or Chrome OS Branch framework, see the links in the description below this video. In summary, the Retan TR5 has lots of CPU power, RAM and internal storage, so much so that it currently ranks at position number 1 on my chart. However, its Radeon GPU's performance is slightly lower than that on the Intel Iris models. So if you are interested in this model, the model featured in this video is available for purchase directly from their website, or you can get cheaper variations of it on Amazon using the link in the description below. So that about sums up this review. Special thanks to the guys over at Retan for sponsoring today's video and sending their product for review. Give this video the thumbs up if you enjoyed the presentation and feel free to post your comments for clarification on anything in the video. If this is the first time you're viewing one of my videos, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring that notifications bell to keep in the loop and to be notified each time I release new videos or decide to do a giveaway. Thanks again for taking the time to watch my videos. Stay tuned and see you in the next one.